Pretty good. I think he kind of got better as he went. Looked like he's having a little bit of trouble finding his rhythm. We got to help him find something that'll let him get into that good feel early. And the first is one that's been a nemesis for him. And that's a good lineup. We got to make sure that we're sharp and ready to go right in the top when you're facing that top of the lineup. And it was nice to see the offense rebound quick and get us right back into it and give Carlos a chance to settle in. I thought he did settle in and made some better pitches.
Yeah, Mike, when you look at this series, why was this series different than the previous three after the All-Star break?
I think we just had everything we were looking for. The starting pitching's been good, and we just were able to finish. And he also gave our pitching a little bit more room by being able to put up double digits. Makes things look a lot better. But guys made plays. I thought the whole series. I thought yesterday included just a well-played game. It's nice to see some guys come out of the pen and start to build on some confidence. A big inning by Brebbia right there. Thought O was much sharper. I think that's a huge step forward for him. And yesterday the story was Rosie coming in and being very, very good. And so I believe our bullpen's going to come along and match what our starters are doing. And we're just going to have to figure out which guys in which situations can get that job done. But we need them all a little more confident, and I think this series helped with that.
Offense today, a lot of taking advantage of the opportunities given.
Walks and fourth inning, we were able to get the walks and then getting a timely hit, and having some damage. And speed helps. We're not getting doubled up, and with Colton there, and it keeps the inning going. And Carlos big hit, and Tommy was situational hitting, and guys jamming up the bases ahead of that. It's just it's exciting to watch when the guys kind of get in a good rhythm and they're expecting good things to happen, and whether it's offensively, defensively, or pitching.
What do you see is the right blend of this lineup? You switched it around here a little bit, and obviously Dexter going on the DL led to some of this. But what do you make of the blend you've seen in this lineup and why it's been successful?
I think a lot has to do all the way across. You got some of the veteran players who are taking quality key at-bats, and then you've got some really exciting young players that are just ready to go show what they're capable of doing, and they're doing it. And guys that are making things happen. We talked yesterday about the way Bader is showing his speed, how that's going to create opportunities for him for pressure on the defense and then get on base and make things happen and drawing infields in, and those sort of things are already playing out, and just keep them making good plays in the outfield, and just keep having fun. It looks like they are. A group of them all come up together that are now having a chance to step into the mix in a team that's in contention here, and they're not phased, and it's fun to watch them.
Back in the spring, we're talking about how Colton Wong could kind of be an emblem of this new defense-oriented, athletic-oriented Cardinals. And even he makes the routine plays, he makes the hard plays, seam routine with the glove. Can you just put into words Colton's impact on the team of late?
Yeah, he's making nice plays, and I know he had a couple opportunities today that he was frustrated that he didn't do more with, but he gets the run in because he does have the speed. He's able to keep that inning alive to where we can still create more damage. But he's moving well. We saved a run on the line drive yesterday. Big run. He's got the capability of doing some really impressive things, and he's doing a nice job.
What about the base running in the fourth inning? Guys going first to third. Carpenter was alertly read in the bad throw. How big a factor was that in that inning?
Yeah, it's nice. We didn't have to point out, the one time when a guy tried to be aggressive and gets thrown out. But he, even when Tommy had a play early on, he had the right thought. He thought the ball was getting over the shortstop's head, and that was a good aggressive play. But after that, and a lot of times a team can fall into the trap of running into an out and then throwing on the brakes. But I thought they kept the pedal down and looked for the extra base. But we've got a lot of speed out there right now. I think that's different, and you watch how balls in the gaps are all of a sudden really not just getting caught. You're looking at guys almost being thrown out at second base, and I think we're seeing a lot of speed that's allowing players to get a little bit quicker from first to third and being able to score on balls once they get to the gaps.
How reluctant do you think you would have been in previous years to have a rookie bat third?
Just a completely different mix. I mean, Matt Holliday was a good staple for us in the third spot, and pretty healthy, so we didn't have to mess around there a whole lot. And he knew his place and was very effective there, so it really wasn't a topic of conversation. But I think we found guys comfortable in other spots, and we've bounced around so many different players. You guys, Rick would know, I'm sure, how many different players we've had hit third this year. But Paul DeYoung has been coming up in big situations and getting the job done. And so, whoever looks right in the part, let's see how long we can ride it.
I mean, that says a lot about maybe what he's done for you. I mean, you throw him at shortstop, he sticks at shortstop. You throw him at number 3, and he doesn't seem to be phased there.
Yeah, and we're always, like I said before, trying to make sure guys don't take ownership. This is what we have best for our club right now, and realize you could come in, and he did a lot of damage in the 8th spot, and so is Randall Grichuk this year, and so is Colton. Just take whatever spot you got, do the most that you can with it, and be ready, because it could be the most important one with the guys all over bases all night. So, Paul's, I don't think, overthinking this. It's just another turn at bat. The bats look the exact same in the 3 spot as it did in the 8, and that's where we want him to be.
Have you seen a reaction like that on a second strike that Carlos had? It was like a strikeout type Thor tomahawk chop.
Yeah, he had a lot going on today. I mean, you saw we got him out a little early, and it was. We don't want to take the passion out of him and the excitement and the enthusiasm. That's part of what makes him so good. But it can at times, and we've seen it, especially a couple of years ago. I thought he's doing a much better job of controlling it and then harnessing it and making pitches. And I thought he did a great job today too. I mean, his last inning probably was his best. He pitched a little more. Up until then, I mean, he was firing stuff, and he can get away with that with the movement and the velocity.
Is that this team? I mean, it was against the same team, some of the same players that you're talking about there, that it got him in trouble, that his passion or emotion got him in trouble. Is there something about the Rockies?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we're not talking any intent. I mean, he just comes out some days really fired up and ready to compete all the time. But there's some days he seems to harness his emotion better than others.